Testing. That's right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the I Can't Believe It's Not ACC Championship again, competition again. We're racing on Hockenheimring. It's a really popular race circuit that once hosted the German GP. And sadly, we don't exactly know what happened. What happened to the German GP? Looks like it got cleared off for all those other Grand Prix that have been happening around the world, like Saudi Arabian GP, Miami GP. So it's a bit sad because the German GP is just as iconic as the Monaco GP, and even the Monaco GP is also having a few troubles, exactly because of how much the track is narrow, how competitive are the races there. It doesn't seem. Some people just think that the Monaco GP doesn't seem that competitive anymore. But people kind of want the German GP to be back because the German GP was very competitive, and a lot of stuff happened in the past. A lot of cool and exciting stuff happened in the past of this German. So we're going to be racing here in Hockenheimring for the I Can't Believe It's Not ACC. Drivers are just warming up for now. We're going to begin to organize the grid here as the warm-up has now finished. There we go. Everyone's already climbing up into their cars and getting into the grid. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I've been having quite a great day. So if I were to say I'm not exactly very happy when it comes to the other hobby I have here in Discord, which is text-based role playing, and I've not been happy mainly because I don't know how to correctly write a character. Yes, I know this has no relation to racing, but it's just something I like to share. Anyways, all the cars are lined up on the grid now. Red lights are up. And here we go. We're beginning the race here at Hockenheimring. 1 hour of racing for the I Can't Believe It's Not ACC. That's Dirk Gretsch in the pole position. Rijo is in second. Hockett third. Hockett had a contact with Bittersweet there in the first corner. Everyone sees okay so far. A few sparks flying out. There's Maddow, Pinpoint, Marco, Eugenie, FX, Toss, Tinker, Minga, Newcomer, and Charger. Everyone just flying very quickly in order to get through positions. More sparks flying out. The cars are pretty much just pushing their undersides through those curves. Hockenheimring, so we are racing on the full layout. It's the GP layout that has been used ever since 2002, and that has hosted a lot of German GPs. That was an old layout from 1999 to 2001. That it was pretty much also pretty. It was also used quite a lot on the racing of Formula One. The 1999 to 2001 layout is probably the most popular. Here we see looks like FX is going off a bit wide on that track. Everyone seems okay so far. Cost with his D4 GT3. Oh dear lord! Christian Tinkler probably lost control over there, taking the curb, and ended up careening to the inside wall. Right before Mobile One covered. The corners of the Red Bull Ring all have their own names. And yep, there it is. Christian Tinkler is out of the race, sadly. That's the end of the race for him. We're going into the second lap now. Dirk Gretsch's in the lead. Rijo's in second. Bittersweet's in third. Mike Hockett's in fourth. Pinpoint's in fifth. Maddow's in sixth. Marco is seventh. Xavier Eugeni is 8th, Cos is 9th, and FX is in 10th place. Everyone trying to be pretty organized here during the racing so far, with Christian Tinkler sadly having lost control of his car before the Mobile 1 cover, and ended up careening into the inside wall over there. Everyone is sticking really close to each other. Following on ball with Marco as he's being chased by Xavier Eugeni. Lots of position trading out from the front as well. Maddow and Pinpoint are having a little battle here as they come into Mobile 1 cover. Now they're going to Sax cover. No, that's not Sax cover. Wow, I'm really misjudging the corners here. Now they're going into Mobile 1 cover. They had just gotten out of the Spitzkette that happened. Now this is Mobile 1 cover. Pinpoint and Maddow had a little drag-out fight. It was side-by-side over there. Now they're going into Sax cover. Sax cover, if you guys remember, was the corner that Sebastian Vettel ended up beating it. That's Cos being overtaken by FX, dropping 10th place. There are 13 drivers remaining now. Everyone seems to be quite okay so far. Chargers attempting to get past Giorgio Minga. We're going into the third lap. Let's see what's going on up in front. Rijo and Dirk Greshel. Rijo attempting to get closer to him. And this is the Spitzkette, the iconic hairpin of Hockenheimring. Everyone following really close together back there. Pinpoint getting close to Mike Hawkett. Marco getting close to Maddow. Boss getting close to FX. Boss trying to push everything out of that C4 GT3. That's Pinpoint chasing after Mike Hawkett. Everyone is close together so far. Oh, Pinpoint going a bit wide over there. Pinpoint has went a bit wide coming out of the exit of the Mobile 1 cover, headed into the stand. He probably lost a lot of time, and Maddow is already encroaching on it. Is that the right word? Encroaching? I don't know. I just know that Maddow is getting closer to Pinpoint. Pinpoint was chasing Mike Hawkett, but ended up losing that. Cos, meanwhile, has overtaken FX, but FX is not going to give up easily. They're heading into the main straight, going into the... it's the full flap. Yes, it's the full flap. There's Maddow, getting close to Pinpoint. He's going to see if he's going to try overtake at the Einfahrt Parabolica. Einfahrt Parabolica, no. Einfahrt Parabolica. I don't know German. Now, this is the Parabolica. FX still having a little battle with Cos at the back, and there's Newcomer also trying to get in on the middle. Lots of battles going on up and down the order. Let's see if the drivers can maintain this kind of pace up until the end. Rijo is attacking Dirk Greshel for the lead. Meanwhile, Maddow is attacking Pinpoint for the 5th place. Cos, what has happened? Has Cos suffered an accident? Cos must have suffered something. He just dropped out of the last place. Cos must have suffered an accident. Maybe a spin. In any case, it looks like Newcomer is the one trying to attack FX now, though he's went a bit wide there at the exit of the Mobile 1 cover. Everyone is still pretty close to each other. Everyone is still able to battle with each other. Currently, there's 2 battles going on. FX and Newcomer which FX started beginning to pull away, and the battle for the lead, Rigel and Dirk Gretschel. This is the Parabolica. Following on board with Rigel now. That is the speed cadet. That's really close there. Rigel needs to be careful not to make contact with Dirk Gretschel. There's Dirk Gretschel in his Zero Force Callaway Corvette C7R GT3. I think it's a C7R, or is it just the C7? I only know the C7R was a GT-LM GTE car, and there's a C8R running on the WEC as well. Oh, that's a bit risky going into Mobile 1 Cave. If you're not careful on that part, you're gonna end up hitting the wall and spinning out of your car, and then all chaos can break loose. You have to be really precise there if you want to try that sort of thing. Meanwhile, Toss at the back is moving up. He's managed to overtake Giorgio. Actually, what happened to Giorgio? Oh, he spun out over there. Oh dear. That's a predicament. Giorgio Minga probably lost control of his car. Ended up spinning out there. And that was the exit of the rear of the Parabolica. His car must be really damaged at this point. Giorgio Minga was spinning out quite a lot. Meanwhile, up in the front, we've got Xavier Rogeni trying to keep up with Marco. Everyone's trying to keep up with each other. This is the battle for first place. Greshka and Rigel are still pretty close to each other here. Coming out of the exit, I wonder what's that. I wonder what's that called? Because the site I just dug up isn't totally informative of all the corners. I at least know that's Mobile 1 curve, and then there's Max curve, and then right after the chicanes, there's Suit curve, which is the last corner of Hockenheimring before the start finish. Here we go. Finally found it. So they're going through Aifa Parabolica now. Now they're heading into Parabolica. Yes, this is Parabolica. No, Aifa Parabolica. Now they're going into Parabolica. We're following Dirk Gretschel and Rigel here. They're still having their battle for the lead. That is Parabolica. Now they're heading down towards Spitzkette, which is the hairpin. This is Spitzkette. Now the next section of corners, from what I find out, it's called actually turn 7 doesn't have any names, but the section of but turn 8 afterwards is called Mercedes. But turn 8 afterwards is called Mercedes. That is the only corner that was missing its name, so I guess we now know what it's called. This is Mobile 1 curve. Dirk Gretschel doing that risky move again. Oh, looks like you gotta feel touch the curb and gain crash on me. That's a double bad luck. Everyone's okay so far, though. Everyone else is pretty okay so far. I believe Giorgio Mingo was the one that had that spin, but he seems okay. He seems okay. Actually, was it Giorgio Mingo? Yes, it was Giorgio Mingo. Charger. Oh. Oh dear. Is this a repeat of what happened in Motegi? Is this a repeat of what happened in Motegi? Oh, it must be. It must be a repeat of what happened in Motegi. Look at Charger. He's just. This is probably a repeat of what happened in Motegi. Charger is just falling through the scenery. Yep, there it is. Charger is just falling through the scenery. I guess we can count Charger being out of the race as well. Not a case of bad luck. Raijo and Dirk Greshel are still having their battle for the lead. Lap 8. Yeah. went mid corner is what Charger is saying here. I wonder how often does that. I wonder how often does that glitch happen? Because it happened once in Motegi, and now it happened again here in Hockenheimring. We're going into lap 9 now. We've got 46 and 20 minutes. 46 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Everyone's pretty okay so far. Rick Binnersley's back there in third place. Raijo and Dirk Greshel are still having their battle for the lead. There are still some drivers that are pretty close to each other, but not enough to try and attack. Maddow is close to pinpoint, like around 1 second. Gavrogeni is this remarkable as well, around 1 second and 30. That is Itkere. Dirk and Raijo are really close here to each other. They gotta be careful. Oh yeah, speaking of which, some of these GTM is currently racing GT3 cars, so that's kind of why. Raijo racing a GTM car at Hockenheimring kind of makes sense in real life. It's pretty weird though. I wish the Class 1 touring cars would come back. Anyways, these two are really close to each other. Raijo needs to find a way to. Raijo needs to find some kind of way in order to be able to attack Greshel either on the outside or inside. Less than 45 minutes to go now. We're 1 quarter done with this race. Charger's saying that this glitch happens occasionally. No. Still quite unfortunate that it happens though. Fortunate that it still happens. Parabolica over here. The Greshel still under attack by Raijo. I believe there's a few overtaking points in Hockenheimring. If I know very well, there's Nordkurve. I believe Nordkurve is a good place to try and overtake. Mercedes is also a really great one. This is Mercedes, the one that they're going into right now. Spitzkere is a really risky corner to try and overtake. You'd have to try and make dive bombs in order to do so. But again, dive bombs are not very safe. Drivers generally reserve dive bombs as a desperation maneuver, right at the last part of the race, per se. Mercedes is a good point. Mobi 1 Curve is also one good after the straightway. They're going into Sud Curve now. You could see the drag strip of Hockenheimring at the back. Yes, Hockenheimring has a drag strip. I raced on a drag strip a lot in Forza Motorsport 4. 43 minutes to go. Everyone seems okay so far. Xavi Rogini, meanwhile, is at the back, trying to keep up with Marco. Here at the front, the battle still rages on. Dirk Greshko and Rigel. Wouldn't it be funny if GT3 had like a Japanese car that could that is pretty much being driven on the right, and that the dash cam would have to be moved aside or something? That would be really interesting, isn't it? That would be really interesting, right? We're still following on the battle between these two. It's going to be 42 minutes to go. That's Obi-Wan Covet. Gretschel and Rigel doing a pretty good battle so far. Gretschel Gretschel's not giving many chances to be overtaken to Rigel, which is good. He has to try and keep his position. Rigel is having a much harder time trying to see if he can take over that position. Meanwhile, Bittersley is right at the back. They got to be careful about Bittersley too, because he could be approaching quite quickly and end up turning this battle into a freeway. So they need to be careful about it. Oh, Rigel seems to have managed to get side by side after they have gone through Spitzkere. Gretschel needs to be careful. He's managed to take back the take back the lead. No, he's managed to defend his lead, but that was a bit bad. He had to be careful there. Rigel almost went side by side with him there after the exit of Spitzkere. So Gretschel needs to be careful. Rigel's doing a good job attacking. Meanwhile, we're going at the back because Nate Newcomer is attacking Xavier Ogeni. They're heading into Obi-Wan Covet. Oh, careful of that wall on the outside. Obi-Wan Covet here. Marco is also beginning to be attacked by Xavier, so this is the freeway for now. Back to the lead. Dirk Greshel still being attacked. But let's see a bit more of that fight at the back. Actually, it would be better if we put Marco here. Yep, there we go. Much better view. Marco being chased by Xavier Ogeni, but Xavier Ogeni is under attack by Nate Newcomer. Two battles, one at the back and one at the front. Marco doing everything in his power to lose Xavier Ogeni. Xavier Ogeni goes a bit wide there. Nate Newcomer is going to be side by side as they head towards Einfahrt Parabonica. Newcomer takes the advantage of the inside line and takes the 8th place from Xavier Ogeni. A small mistake by Xavier Ogeni on the north car there, and that cost him a position. Nate Newcomer went up side by side with him, and now Nate Newcomer is in 8th place. Meanwhile, at the front, the two drivers, Dirk Greshel and Rigel, still having an intense battle. They're coming out of Mercedes. Obi-Wan Covet. Greshel doing everything in his power to try and stop Rigel from taking his position. Lots of intense battles up and down the order, people. Meanwhile, Nate Newcomer is also attacking Marco. Both of them are pretty close to each other. You have to try and see and be careful. We have to try and be careful with these guys because one of them might end up making a mistake. Dirk and Rigel really close to each other. Marco and Nate also pretty close to each other. You have to be really careful. Oh, that driver at the back, I believe that's Giorgio Minga. So he's probably going to be a back marker, which can spell bad news for Gretsch. Back markers have a tendency to ruin a leader's race. In most motorsports, back markers have a tendency to ruin a leader's race. Meanwhile, Rigel getting really close to Dirk Gretsch here. He has to be careful not to make any contacts or that will win the race for both of them. Rick Pearsall's just dying to get the advantage of these two here. Meanwhile, at the back, Nate Newcomer has managed to overtake Marco. Let's quickly see for now. Nate Newcomer is managing to pull away, but Marco's not going to give up that easily. Meanwhile, at the front, Rigel and Dirk Gretsch still having their intense battle. They're on Stuttgart. There's Giorgio Minga, back marker. Dirk Gretsch has to be careful when handling the back markers because they have a tendency to ruin a leader's race. And either Rigel or Rick Pearsall could take advantage of this. Rigel attempting to get side by side, but that's not enough yet. They're on iFOT Parabolica. And they're going to Parabolica. Rigel has to be able to use the draft to his advantage here. There it is. They're going for Parabolica. Rigel taking advantage of the draft. He's going to go side by side with Dirk Gretsch. Nope, not enough. Oh, but probably now. He was almost side by side there, but Dirk Gretsch managed to accelerate faster. They came really close to each other over there, almost a sort of contact. Rigel and Dirk Gretsch still making an intense battle. Giorgio Minga manages to stay out of their way. Giorgio Minga manages to stay out of their way as they make the battle. Good sportsmanship from the guy. Now Dirk can continue fighting with Rigel without any problems. For now, at least, because while Giorgio Minga was a back marker, Cos might still end up causing some problems. He's at the Parabolica. Nordkurve. Dirk Gretsch still having a lot of trouble with Rigel at the back. Rigel doing everything in his power to try and see if he can overtake. Currently, only good battle going on, but Rick Pearsall is looking to join in. Look at him at the back there. Rick Pearsall doesn't want to be left out of this party. There's the Spitz Corvette. Dirk Gretsch is going to lose his position to Rigel, but let's see if he can come up back. Rigel is going to take the lead of the race here, right at the Spitz Cadet. They're going into Mercedes. Dirk Gretsch is going to keep fighting to take back that position. Rigel has taken the lead of the Hockenheimring race here. Dirk Gretsch is going to see if he can keep up. This is what we want, Corvette. That's Corvette. Rigel has managed to take the lead of the race, and now is going to try and see if he can pull away from Dirk Gretsch. Meanwhile, Rick Binnersley's still at the back there, wanting to join in on this battle. He's managed to overtake him on the halfway point. Well, almost at the halfway point. We're less than 33 minutes to go. The halfway point will be only if we are 30 minutes to go. But it's pretty close. There's Rick Binnersley at the back. He's pretty close to Dirk Reshow now. Rigel's managing to pull away. But Dirk's not going to give up that easily. This is the Parabolica. Dirk Reshow doing his best to keep up with Rigel. Oh, Rigel goes apparently goes a bit wide. Rigel apparently goes a bit wide at the spit skate over there. Dirk Reshow had the advantage for a bit, but that was not enough. Rigel managed to defend his position. Some really close racing going on. Rigel and Dirk fighting for the lead. Rick Binnersley at the back, trying to see if he can take advantage of this battle. Oh, Dirk, calm down there. He went a bit wide. Max got it. Rigel is still trying to maintain the lead of the race here. He's managed to overtake Dirk Reshow. We're still going to have a lot of intense racing here. "31 minutes to go." Rigel's managing to be able to pull away from Dirk. Binnersley is getting closer to Dirk. Everyone else is mostly spread out, except for Xavi Rogeni, who's trying to attack Marco. Let's get it. Binnersley was really close to Dirk there. This is the battle for P2, but Dirk has not given up on the battle for P1 yet. That's what we want to cover. Rigel has to be careful with his driving here. He's in the lead now. Any mistake that he might end up making will favor Dirk Reshow in the long run. You have to be careful. We're less than 30 minutes remaining now. We're on the halfway point. Everyone's probably going to begin to see if they're going to begin their pit stop strategies. We're going to be the first ones to the pit stop. Oh, Pinpoint was close to Matt Al. But he's gone into the pit stop. So Pinpoint was is the first person to make a pit. Nate Newcomers needs to be the next one. Everyone's beginning to do their pit strategies. That's cost spinning as well. Yeah, everyone's beginning to perform their pit strategy right now. In order to be able to keep racing. Your top three is Rigel on the lead, Dirk Reshow in second place, and Rick Binnersley in third place. Everyone evenly spread out. Rigel attempted to pull away from Dirk, and Dirk being fighted by Rick Binnersley. I should probably get some water. It's still going to be a long race. I'm going to see if I can try getting some water, so I'll be back.
testing.
Oh, hello, Cos.
Hey, buddy.
Are you still racing, or did something happen?
Yeah, my game crashed to desktop.
Oh.
Yeah.
It crashed. Well, George Omega seems to still be in the race, but you're in the same situation as Charger, it seems. You're falling for the scenery.
It's crashed to desktop again. It's about the third time in the past few months.
I was trying to head out to get some water, but sadly that happened.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because everyone seems to be mostly spread out for now. Rigel is pretty far ahead in the lead. Derek Gresham is still in second. Rick Peterson is in third. But everyone seems to be really spread out so far, except for Matt Al here, who's trying to catch up to Mike Hawkett.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off the most. I had a bad start. I had a good start. I gained a couple of places because of a spin, and then I had a really good battle with FX, and we were backwards and forwards for a lap or two, and then I just went too hard into that right-hander off the long straight, and spun it. So it left me about 27 seconds behind FX. There was somebody else spun, which put me up to 11th. And then I pitted, got sped in the pit, but I didn't put tyres on because my tyres were good. I thought, quick pit stop. I got a drive-through. So I did the pit stop, served the drive-through, and I noticed FX was pitting as I came round the last corner. And I thought, oh yeah, great, I'll get FX. And if he's got a full pit stop, I might get a good lead on him. And just as I passed him in the pits, it went blink straight to desktop. Pain in the ass.
Such a bad luck. And Charger did say that this glitch happens occasionally too.
Yeah, like I say, it's happened to me 3 times in about 6 months. Shit happens, man. It's the same for Bill. There's a few people dropped out recently.
I wonder why RaceRoom hasn't patched that out. It seems to be a problem for most people.
Well, we've been bitching on the forums about their fucking transition from, race to race, and still haven't fixed it.
Nice thing. In any case, we're still following the race around over here. Maddow was attempting to keep up with Mike Hawkett, but Hawkett is beginning to be able to pull away from Maddow.
I'll tune into your live stream now. Watch it.
Okay. Just bear in mind that the live stream is a bit late. Like the live stream on YouTube is late.
No, I'll watch the commentators live stream, which is direct, isn't it?
So pretty much here.
Yeah, I've just clicked on the live RWB live in the commentator stream. It's fine.
Okay then.
Oh, I see. Rigel, Gretschel, Binnersley, Kurt, Al, 8618.
Yeah, and then later after then there's Marco in 7th, Xavier Jenny in 8th, FX in 9th, Pinpoint is in 10th, and George Ominga is the last remaining driver in 11th place.
He's hanging in there. I mean, we were up till he spun out. We were kind of the last 2 in the grid,
I think you two were having a battle as well, and that was when he spun out.
No, me and FX were having a battle, and I spun out. But then I was catching Minga, and he spun out, and I just managed to avoid him as we came back on the track. So that was a close one, but it wasn't backwards.
I see. In any case, Minga is holding up really well even after the spin.
That's what I mean. Most people would just say, "I'll sod this. I'm at the back on my own, doing really badly. I'll just leave." Play sticking it out. It's only an hour.
I believe you guys have this sort of maybe you guys have the maybe RWB has some sort of policy or rule against like rage quitting because
No,
that's what I mostly call it when someone is in last place and they're not exactly having a good time, they're not exactly having a good race, and just in rage they just quit the race because it doesn't seem like it's gonna be worth it.
yeah, I mean, you know, the ranking on the server on the forums is pretty good, and it monitors your DNFs and did not starts and all that stuff. So we were talking overnight about a cheeky little name and shame for people who rage quit, just in fun. But I mean, it affects on your stats. If you don't finish, you don't start. It affects your ranking.
I see. So depending on your actions on the race, and even if you stay on a race until the end, your ranking on the community is going to drop either severely or anything.
Well, I'm not quite sure how it works, FX is the man, but I mean, I'm expecting because I got disconnected, did not finish, just got disconnected, it might not affect my ranking. And because I gained a couple of places, I finished 2 places up from where I started. I'm expecting to go from bronze 1 up a little bit, maybe silver, I don't know. I'll check it now.
So you're still so basically the stuff changes if the DNF that happened was because like disconnection or issues outside of your control then.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not quite sure how that works. I'd hope it'd work like that, but I don't expect it to. It might just say, well, you didn't finish, so you don't qualify. I'll check the ranking now.
Nice. Bittersweet, meanwhile, is looks like we got something at the back. Pinpoint is managing to get close to Affix over here. We have a battle in our hands for ninth place. Affix is being attacked by Pinpoint. They're going through Suits cover. Start finish line, now heading into Noah's cover. FX has to do something in order to be able to defend his position. Pinpoint is approaching right behind him. Oh, but FX runs wide a bit on iThought's Parabolica. We're going into Parabolica now. Pinpoint's going to take the chance. They're side by side on Parabolica, but Pinpoint has enough of a speed to be able to overtake FX. But can FX try to fight back as they head towards Spitzkere? Going up around the corner, Pinpoint stays in ninth place. He's overtaken FX now. Pinpoint is now in ninth place. FX has dropped to 10th.
Yeah, the rankings haven't been updated yet. Probably be at the end of the race.
Yeah, we just had a small scale battle going on. Pinpoint was managing to get close to FX. FX did a mistake at the Einfahrt Parabolica, and at the Parabolica, Pinpoint made his move and overtook FX.
Yeah, I've been watching that. Tends to get a bit nervous.
The advantages of having 2 monitors, I think. Yeah, I was thinking myself if I should get like another monitor myself in order to be able to both like watch this race and also do other things as well, like manage cameras and such.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do without 2 monitors. 1 monitor just doesn't cover it. You know, you can have your Discord. I'm watching live stream on Discord as we're talking, and I'm looking at Facebook on my other monitor.
Yeah, it just seems like having 2 monitors would be a better decision for me. Like, I only have like this notebook, but I feel like I should try and buy a monitor in order to be able to use it more effectively. There's Giorgio Minga giving way to the front runners. Giorgio Minga is a backmark. You can remember that he's in 11th place. Everyone pretty okay so far. Pretty balanced Pretty balanced differences. We've got Mad Owl approaching Mike Hawkett, though. At least it seems like he's approaching him. I just gotta be careful with the cameras on the cell phone that I'm using because there's one camera that is going to crash the stream, and that's the FR camera that Nate Newcomer has managed to warn me. Mike Hawkett is being chased by Mad Owl. But we're gonna have 13 minutes remaining on the race. Got more than 3/4 of the race to go. Coming out of Mercedes over here. Matt Owl's going to try everything he can in order to be able to reach Mike Hawkett. Meanwhile, at the front, Rick Beardsley is doing everything he can in order to help Kirk Crutchlow. His advantage was a bit smaller for a moment. Rifle's up there in the front. We're probably still going to see a lot of battles going on in this race. Lots of people. Looks like Pinpoint's having a bit of an issue. He was overtaken by Affect. FX has managed to take back his position from Pinpoint. Meanwhile, the drivers at the front are all having their own little battles as well. Rick Beardsley, Mad Owl, Dirk Retchko, Mike Hawkett. Everyone doing everything they can in order to see if they can, if they can keep this race alive.
There's only 3 seconds separate third place.
23 seconds?
Well,
I think
2.6, and Rick Binners is 1.78 behind him. They're just about 3 or 4 seconds from the leader.
Yeah, Rick Beardsley and everyone's having a bit of a fight. Meanwhile, at the back, there's also another fight going on. Pinpoint and FX. Pinpoint had overtaken FX at first. FX managed to retake the position, but now Pinpoint is trying to see if he can attack again. That's Fitzgerald. FX goes a little bit wide, but it was just enough to be able to defend his.
I had a great battle with FX for a couple of laps. We swapped places a couple of times. Really good.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of the race as well.
Yeah. All right, Span.
Pinpoint is doing everything in his power to try and keep up with FX. Both of them are really close to each other. We have 10 minutes remaining on the race. Oh, Pinpoint goes a bit wide on Stack's cover.
I thought he lost it there. That was so close.
Yeah, Pinpoint goes a bit wide on Stack's cover. He's gonna lose he's gonna lose a bit of the gap he had on FX.
Yeah, that's where the late braking backfires. You can overcook it.
Late braking backfires. Yeah, because the back brakes are much more effective than the front brakes. But you have to be careful with the back. But you have to be careful when using the back brakes as well, because too much balance on the back brakes might end up making your car oversteer.
Yeah, I was mucking about with brake bias. I had it on 62, which seemed to help quite a lot. Just to brake the front a bit easier. But then, you lose that back end steer.
In any case, Pinpoint is attempting to regain the gap that he lost. We're going into Spitzkette. Oh, FX goes a bit wide over there on Spitzkette.
It was just really tight there, especially in the Corvette, I suppose. Just have really quickly.
Yeah, the Callaway Corvette is proving itself. Dirk Russia was having a great race at the lead. FX is going wide again, this time at Mercedes. Something must be wrong with the brakes or tires, maybe. 10 Point is going to take back the 9th place. FX is going to drop down to 10th. Something must be happening with FX's car. Maybe either the brakes or tires.
Maybe went for the one set of tyres and it's starting to show now towards the end of the race.
Ah, dear.
I mean, I pitted about half an hour and I still had 85% on the front, so I thought I'd open the tyres.
That's depending if you can try and manage your tires well until the end of the race. We've seen a lot of examples of drivers that were able to manage their tires for the entire race before needing to pit because the rules say so. One particular event happened at the Australian GP.
You're kind of forced to manage the tyres though, because at the start and after the pit stop, you have a full tank, more or less. So you have to be a bit more careful into the faster corners. So
But probably because of the weight of a full tank of gas.
Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely feel it, especially the first corner.
It's kind of weird thinking about fuel since there aren't any refuels anymore in F1.
Yeah, but the fuel still depreciates and lightens the load. They're burning quite a lot of kilos of fuel, so as the cars get lighter, get a bit more nimble and a bit easier to turn.
Nice, Steve. Meanwhile, at the front, looks like Xavier Rogeni is attempting to get close to Marco in 7th place. That's right in front of Pinpoint and FX. They're on Sachs cover right now. Xavier Rogeni is driving the Bentley Continental GT3. It's a heavy GT3 car, but apparently pretty competitive.
It's really competitive in ACC. Good fun to drive as well.
6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Xavier Rogeni doing everything in his power to push his Bentley towards Marco. Marco will have to be careful as he looks on his rearview mirrors.
No, slow down.
And you shouldn't really mind those penalties because they happen a lot. Exactly because the game thinks they're abusing track limits. It happens quite a lot.
It's usually pretty good though. You only get like a few seconds for a minor cut. You might get
what the hell? Looks like Marco went a bit wide on Spitzkede, and Xavier Rogeni takes advantage of that and takes the 7th place. Let's see if Marco can try and fight back. They're heading into Mercedes now. Side by side on Mercedes. Marco carried too much speed on that corner. Marco carried too much speed on Mercedes. He went wide. He strapped down to 8th place. Xavier will keep the 7th place. He went way too fast up on Mercedes, trying to take back his position, and ended up going way wide.
Getting another slowdown penalty. Rick, look up the slowdown.
Yeah, lots of these penalties end up happening because of track limits abuse. And they happen so. Yeah, they happen so often. I tend to ignore them.
Well, you can. I mean, I got one at the start of the back straight or the first straight, and then I just waited for the braking zone, just made sure out of the corner that the penalty thing was gone before I carried on. Just so. But yeah, you get a certain amount of time. Usually leave until the next braking zone.
Anyways, we got 4 minutes remaining on the race now. Everyone seems to be beginning to spread out for now. Mattow's the only one attempting to get close to Mike Hawkett.
Well,
Marco is close. Marco is close to Xavier, but that's just because of the braking zones and everything.
and Dirk's not making any impression on Rigel's lead or Rick. In fact, Rick's
Yeah,
got him
yeah. The leaders are all evenly spread out as well.
Oh, Dirk he's gained half a second or so. Through
Dirk?
that section. Yeah, it was 1.8 something before, or 2.8, and now it's 1.8.6.
Yeah, I can't exactly see the partials on my cell phone. Yes.
Yeah, I can see it on my screen. It's a bit blurred because it's small, but read it. It's about 1.9 Dirk Retchel, 4.3 Rick.
Yeah, see, this is why I keep saying a team of commentators is much better than just commentating alone.
Oh yeah. I mean,
One guy, from what I know, like from all the racing commentators out there, there's the first guy, which is the main commentator, who's known as the hype man. Pretty much, he puts up the hype for all the race, for the overtaking, the chasing happening, like the Gretschel stays for Rigel, the other battles going on. He pretty much makes the race seem exciting for everyone, even if it does get a bit boring from time to time, as it's probably going on right now. And the other commentator, who's their partner, is pretty much the analysis man. They analyze like lap times, sector times, and everything to see if a driver is managing to get a fast enough pace to be able to keep up with the other driver.
yeah, I agree. I mean, and also kind of morally and spiritually, trying to manage everything on your own can be a daunting task. When you've got somebody take some of the responsibility and someone to bounce off, stop, feel so lonely and frightened. I mean, I'm crap at commentating. You're really good at it. I'm terrible. I just fall apart because I've lost touch with who's at the top of the ranks. I don't really know their form, so I can't say much about that. But
I'm really glad that the community is managing to appreciate my. I'm really glad that the community is managing to appreciate my racing commentating. I know I don't participate in a lot of events, but that's like because like those events, the other events that RWB pretty much partakes in, they pretty much like have lots of. They pretty much have a lot of races, like mostly on these weekends, like Friday, Saturday, and all that. They pretty much have all these races with long ass times, like 9 hours. Like the longest race I think I ever participated was I believe the 6 hours of Suzuka, where I was commentating with a bunch of other people as well, and I really loved that experience. But man, did it take so long! Did the race take so long? We're 1 minute remaining now, so we're on the last stretch of the race. Rigel is still in the lead, and looks like he's going to be able to cross the line before the time runs out. So we're still going to have one more lap to go.
Yeah, speaking about long events, I did the 12 hours Bathurst, and I was like, because everybody was racing, it was like massive amounts of people racing, huge amount of people. So I was like in comms on my own for 12 hours, but every time somebody swapped the teammate for the endurance, they'd pop in comms. So there was always a flood of people coming and going. But that was great because it was a charity event as well. So it's like, yeah, everybody chipped in.
Yeah, I should see if I should see like I know I'm not exactly a great I know I'm not exactly experienced in long time races, but I wonder if I could try attempting to join one of those charity long time event races. Is it 12 hours directly, or is it like separated, or is it 6 hours separated?
Like 12 hours straight.
12 hours straight. Yeah, I know I'm a bit afraid to try that out, but I really want to see if I can. Just so I can participate of a big event. Meanwhile, it seems Nate Newcomer is approaching Matt Al in order to see if he can challenge his 5th position right at the end of the race too. We're still attempting to follow Rigel. He's going for Mercedes. Meanwhile, at the back, Nate Newcomer really close to Matt Al over there. Look there, he's following on his draft. He's gonna see if he can. He's gonna see if he can try to get on side by side with Matt Al. In any case, we're coming up on the last corners now. Good cover. Rigel crossing up. Coming up on the last corner. And there we go. He's flashing the lights. He's flashing the lights to indicate how happy he is. There we go. Rigel is the winner of the Hockenheim Ring race. Dirk Reshow is going to be in second. Rick Bittersweet is going to be in third. Mike Hawkett is in fourth. And we still have a battle at the back happening with Nate Newcomer trying to keep up with Maddow. Maddow is attempting to defend his position, but it's not going to be enough. Maddow is going to finish in fifth. Nate Newcomer is going to finish in sixth place.
Great finish for Nate. He's been doing well this season.
Yeah, Chavrogeni is going to come home in seventh place. Jojo Minga has probably already crossed the finish line. He was a back marker. He finishes in P11. There's Chavrogeni finishing in seventh. Marco is going to finish in eighth. FX is going to finish in ninth. And finally, Pinpoint is going to finish in 10th place. That's everyone who managed to finish. Sadly, UCOS, Charger, and Christian Tinkler didn't finish the race. Christian Tinkler because he had a massive crash, and Charger and you because you had the glitches happening. Incredible performance by our drivers anyway. Rigel especially since he's managed to take advantage of Dirk Reshow and be able to win the race. That is it for today's I Can't Believe It's Not ACC competition. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and hope to see you guys on the next race.